And let's quit saying that we're going to try to find an alternative to foreign oil in 30 years. Let's make up our mind we'll do it in 10 or less, so that we can finally say to those in the Middle East, those whom we have made obscenely rich off our purchases every time we squeeze the handle at the gas pump or put our credit card into the service station, let's tell them in 10 years, keep your oil, put it on your salads, wash your hair in it, because we have found domestically produced, safe, energy-efficient ways to fuel ourselves. We have to protect this nation and remove ourselves from the burden of the dependence, whether it's dependence on oil and fuel from some other country or the dependence of food from another country. And one of the country's greatest needs is to make sure that we not only can fuel ourselves, but we can feed ourselves. And that's why farmers in states like yours and mine are important. I don't want us to have to wait until we can wait for the Chinese to send food over to us. My friends, if you think it's bad to depend on foreign oil, wait until this country messes up and has to depend on foreign food. That should never happen in the United States of America. And let's be a party that can communicate and articulate without confrontation, but yet with conviction. Genuine conviction that we are a people of life, and that we honor life from conception, and that it is one of the hallmarks of our civilization. Today, we wait anxiously for the fate of those coal miners in Huntington, Utah, not because we know them personally, but because they're fellow human beings. And we are now moving heaven and earth to try to find them and hope they're okay. That says a lot about who we are as a people. We value life, we celebrate it, we elevate it. And this is a country that its greatness is known because we do value life. Unlike the Islamic jihadists who would strap a bomb to the belly of their own children and march their children into a crowded room of innocent people and detonate the bomb and destroy their own children, sacrificing the next generation for themselves, let us be the civilization that says we will sacrifice ourselves for the next generation, so that the greatest generation of America is not behind us, but is yet in front of us, yet to be born. I have on 9 occasions visited Israel, our wonderful ally of the Middle East, and I've taken my children there. And when my daughter, who's now 25, was 11 years old, I took her. I always take people to Yad Vashem in Jerusalem because I want them to see what happens when good people just sit back and do nothing, when they don't act. Because what happened to the millions of Jews who were killed during the reign of terror under Adolf Hitler in World War II did so because a lot of decent people calling themselves Christians just simply looked the other way. As I took my daughter through Yad Vashem, I wanted her to see what happens when evil is unrestrained by goodness and decency and by light. And as we came to the end of Yad Vashem, having seen the horrors of it, my daughter had gripped my hand very carefully and tightly, had not said a word as she saw the pictures that would stir anyone's heart and soul. I'd been a little concerned as to whether or not it was going to be overpowering for her and whether she would understand and get it, but if I ever had any doubt about that, it was gone when we stood at the exit. There was a guest book there, and my daughter reached in my pocket and took the pen out of my pocket, and she started writing in the guest book her name and our address. And there was a space there for comments. And I wondered, what would my daughter, 11 years old, write in that space provided? I'd hoped that somehow she would understand why her mother and I had left what was a comfortable life for us to get involved in something that can be as tumultuous as politics. My daughter took that pen and she wrote words I'll never forget as long as I live. These are the words she wrote. she wrote, "Why didn't somebody do something?" And with that, she gave me the pen back. And I looked at those words and I thought, she got it. Why didn't somebody do something? And ladies and gentlemen, let it never be that someday in the future of this wonderful nation that we call home, that some father has to look over his daughter's shoulder and watch her write words like that and ask the question about this country. Let it never happen that someday some father would have to hear his own daughter ask the question, why didn't somebody do something? Ladies and gentlemen, right here in Ames, Iowa, you're the somebody. You can do something. You can help this entire country decide that it's not going to elect a president based on the raising of money, but based on the raising of the hopes and the ideas that can make us a better, freer, and safer nation. And I come to you today asking you to join me in that quest. Let's make sure we are the somebodies and we do the something. Let's go out. Give me your vote today in this straw poll, and let's change this process of America. Thank you, and God bless you, every one of you.